So I read about this concept in marketing and consumer behavior. So this concept is called Maslow's triangle. Maslow's pyramid is a pyramid that talks about hierarchy of human needs. As in, it's a pyramid that is divided into 5 parts essentially. And the bottommost layer talks about the most fundamental needs of a person. And then it moves on to the more abstract needs, or maybe self-actualization, existentialism, self-respect, etc. So I feel like when we talk about rich class and well-to-do class versus the class who is struggling to make their ends meet, the latter class is basically stuck in the first part of the pyramid itself, where they're struggling to make their ends meet by looking for basic things like food, water, shelter, and money. Is there some kind of barrier that is between them and above parts of the pyramid that maybe gives them a little more scope for being aware of their mental health? Not aware, but facing less issues, since they are only stuck at the first problem itself.
I wouldn't think that it has anything to do with just how much you have, because people who have everything and who can provide so much more to, they also don't reach that self-actualization. Mm-hmm. Whereas I sometimes see people on the roadside living in slums, and they are so content with their life. They are happy. They can actually have fun. Mm-hmm. And if you get hurt, they can still manage to get out enough money to take you in a taxi to the hospital. Mm-hmm. So I sometimes wonder if self-actualization it's a fantastic concept, but it doesn't have to go through all those levels. It's just one man's conceptual. Mm-hmm. So I'll just pause you here and narrate a small story, and it might be of interest to you.
Yeah.
I had a patient, I still have her as my patient, who was first brought to me by her brother and her mother because she was stiff. They caught her from behind, they made her sit in a chair. The lady suffered from, she had mental retardation, mild mental retardation. Mm-hmm. She had seizures, epilepsy. Mm-hmm. She also had schizophrenia, along with all this, psychosis. And when she was brought to me, she was not talking, she was staring into space, looking at. First 2-3 sessions that I had with the family, with this lady, she didn't talk much at all. And by the second or third visit, she was much more relaxed, willing to listen and willing to talk. And over 6-7 sessions, she started expressing herself more clearly. She got better over the next 6-8 months. And they were always coming in a taxi because this lady she had to be brought. And the mother would then remove an old phone and they would dial the taxi wala's number, who would come out and receive them. As the lady got better over the year and a half, 2 years later, and I kept advising her that, you should start walking, it's good for you, you should start doing some kind of physical work. She started walking mornings, and she met a group of people who after their walk would have tea together, very elitist group. Somebody commented to her, "Why don't you work? You look healthy enough to work." So what this lady started doing, we didn't know until one day she eloped from their house. 34-year-old single unmarried lady, we are all worried she may be abused. And they made a police complaint, and the third day they found her. The lady had eloped from their home, saved up enough money to take a rental room. 4,000 rupees was the rent she was paying. She was staying by herself in a single room somewhere and working 3 shifts, morning, afternoon, evening, cleaning floors and utensils to be self-sufficient. Why did she do that? Because her mom and her brother were planning to send the mother and this lady off to a missionary home where she would serve as a nun. And this lady said to herself, whatever I may be, but I want to live my life my way. She worked there for a while, not happy because there's too much work. Then somebody recommended working in the hospital as a maushi, ayabai. You get paid more You have lesser hours of work. She did that, but what happened was the other Maushis started abusing her in terms of making her do more work, making her do their work. And she wasn't smart enough to detect this abuse. But then she quit that, and finally she's presently working in a government setup. She's working in a police canteen. And she worked, her sincerity at work made her go up the ladder. Now, in between this, what happened? The family found out, that she's staying in that place, and they went to bring her back. She said, I am above 18 years. Nobody will force me to do their thing. I will do my thing. Me do me, you do you. And she would still come home every day to have one meal with the mother. Her brother was still paying for her medication because she was on expensive medication, right? With so many illnesses. That all happened. Then one day, this lady was crossing the street when a motorcyclist bumped into her, knocked her down. The crowd gathered and they all picked up the motorcyclist. They were about to give him a royal thrashing when she sat up. And she said to the crowd, hello, hold on. I am the one who is hit. I should decide what to do with this man. My Jesus has saved me. Let the young man go. So Maslow's self-actualization theory goes straight into the dustbin with this kind of a story, because there is a person who doesn't have enough in life. She has so many illnesses. Person with mental retardation is teaching us the value of forgiveness. She's a self-actualized person, yaar. Kya chahiye? I'm just.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
I actually had
I
goosebumps.
mean, I respect Abraham Maslow. Please, hello. It's a psychologist. सब मेरे घर पे दंगा करने आ जाएंगे. I respect him. अच्छा रहा होगा आदमी. But I'm just saying that it's a concept. It's a concept, and everybody tries to do their bit.